Welcome to the Shekina Meditation Podcast, created by Shekina community members. Shekina communities are dedicated to creating free devotional spaces of Christian practice for spiritual seekers and travelers around the world. We post Christ-centered guided meditation each week to help you in your personal or small group practice. You can find episode show notes and other information at shekinacommunity.com. Hi, this is Ray. It's episode 71 of the podcast, and it's Friday, the 1st of May as I record this. Right now, we are sitting here in Pi, just holding tight, trying to think of ways that we can offer service to our community. We are still by ourselves here in Pi, and our dear ones who are in Chiang Mai are still waiting to see when they can get back into the province. I hope that you are well wherever you are in the world, and that you're safe, and that your heart is encouraged by the living hope that we have. We had some rain, and the garden is fully saturated now. The grass is coming back. There is green everywhere, and it is incredible. It's so beautiful, and we're doing bits of work around the garden and just trying to keep it beautiful and ready for when we open things up again. Just holding on. We will give out some food packages this week to people in need around. Sarah, our beautiful office manager, and I am calling her our village liaison. She's a great help in finding the people who are in need and using her contacts to see who's really having a hard time right now. So we're making a number of food packages, raising some money to do that, and we'll be giving them out this week or next week on Monday or Tuesday, I believe. So that is one small thing it feels like we can do as service to our community, and I hope that we will continue to find more things. Listeners, this podcast is supported by you. Because it's about meditation, we want to keep it ad-free. Ads are interruptions, and we don't want interruptions during the meditation. Our beloved patrons at patreon.com support us for as little as $1 a month. And patrons get extra audio, and they get other things, and they just get to know that we love them, and we're very thankful for them. You can find us at patreon.com/Shekina Meditation Podcast. And in case you don't know how that works, what you do is you just go to patreon.com, and at the address, you can find it in the show notes or on our blog. And you just click on there, and you can offer, a continuing patronage of this podcast. And it happens once a month. You get charged $1 or $2 or $3 or whatever you choose to support with. And then, it just continues to help us with our overhead costs, the costs of running our foundation here, and the costs of putting on meditation continuing on. Another way that you can support us is by rating or reviewing us on iTunes. You can also email the podcast to a friend. You could share it on Facebook or Instagram. You could tell the world in some small way about this podcast and about the meditation that we guide each week. It helps us to keep our communities running and free for travelers and spiritual seekers. And it helps us know that you appreciate what we're doing in putting this podcast into the world. Right now, we still have all our overhead costs, and we still have the costs of just being here and finding rent and paying workers and all of these kinds of things. And so this really helps us. Patrons, you are the best. You are like a wild storm that shakes all the heat away. When it's like building and building and building, and then there's this beautiful storm, and it just clears the air and makes it pure and beautiful again. That's you. That's how much joy you bring to us. So today's episode is a Lectio Divina on Psalm 116, verses 1 to 9. It's guided by me. I used the New Living Translation today. And it will have 3 parts as usual. And I've been noting that there's a bit of repetition in us introducing that here and in the meditation as well. So I'm not going to say much about the 3 parts because I will introduce that in the meditation. But I'll just repeat that the 3rd part, where you process, is super important. So if you're by yourself, I really encourage you to record some thoughts or to journal, to write even some bullet points just about what you experienced. It helps you to keep it with you. And if you're with others, the practice of passing a talking stick or other object and listening to each other is invaluable. It is so beautiful, such a beautiful way of learning to love one another and hearing from each other, really getting to know each other. Let's begin. So welcome to Shekina Meditation. I'm Rachel. I'll be guiding us in a Lectio Divina on Psalm 116, verses 1 to 9. It's a psalm of crying out and also acknowledging God's listening to us. So our own cries and God's voice. Both of them at the same time. God's listening, our cries. Something that's been speaking to me lately. This beautiful relating to one another. I'll be guiding us through the meditation, starting with a time of coming into the senses and the body and clearing space in the mind in order to have some silence and to be ready for meditation, for the divine presence to speak, for the Holy Spirit to dwell very close. So we'll start with some time where we find mindful contemplation on these things, on our bodies, on our thoughts, and then move into a time of meditation. Next, I'll be reading through the verses, and I'll give a lot of silence in between. And then again, as usual, the last part is a time to think about what you experienced or felt, whether you're sharing that with someone else or whether you're by yourself. I'm recording this in Pai, Thailand. It's meant to be an online meditation, so you can use it in your homes in order to, connect us during a time where we're apart. Right now we cannot have meditation sessions here in Pai, but we hope that we can reach many people with this beautiful act that quiets our souls. So meditation is about, for us at Shekina, it's about creating a space for the divine presence to speak to us, to come close, that we draw near to one another in this act of relating to one another. We call and He answers. The Spirit answers and flows around us. And there's no wrong way to do it. It really is. God is so good to us in that the divine meets us where we're at. What's going on with us is deeply, deeply important to God. And if you find that you drift in your focus, an act of meditation is just coming back, moving back close to the Spirit again and again, coming back to a place of focus, gently guiding the mind, and really taking the time to enjoy your own space, that this is for you. This is for you to be with the divine presence, the God who invites and embraces and wants you near. So you can join in freely and be good to yourself, because God is being very good to you as you do this. Let's begin with posture. Tall spine. A really good way to bring energy into your body is to stack your spine so that you're feeling powerful. You're feeling like you have strength in your core. Start deep breathing, taking some deep breaths into your belly, exhaling them all the way out. And as you do so, imagine yourself following that breath along and seeing where it goes. You don't have to stay in any one position for meditation. But you can begin with your spine straight and the crown of your head kind of pointing up, as though there's a string attached to your crown and it's rising up into the sky. And just take some time to be with your breath, following it in and out as it fills your lungs and then empties into the air, mixing with the air around you. In and out. Become aware of the senses of your body and your sense of touch. The place where you are connected to the floor. The place where your body is connected to the ground or the seat beneath you. Your feet, where are they? How are they connected? Place of contact. And then the air on your skin. What do you sense? How does it feel? When you're ready, you can bring your awareness to your sense of hearing. Reach out to see what sounds you hear around you. What is coming to you through the airwaves? What are you hearing? See if you can locate a sound. And find a different sound, maybe a quieter sound. Where is it? Most likely you have come to this meditation carrying thoughts, feelings, ideas. You have all the things that have happened to you so far today. You have things that you will do later. All these things occupy a lot of space in our minds. To begin, spend some time looking at these thoughts. Imagine that you are walking along and they're flowing like a stream at your feet. Just look at them, see what's flowing by. When you're ready, imagine that the stream is flowing, you're following it, you're watching your thoughts, and then they collect and still into a large pool of water. All around the pool there are plants and growing things, and it's very quiet, very still. And here beside these still waters is the place for you to be, a place for you to meditate. This is your place. And you are not alone here. It's a place of love, and the Spirit of God welcomes you here. The Divine Presence is here with you. If you find yourself distracted during the meditation, you can come back to here, to this place, to this quiet place of focus. I'm going to read through once slowly, but I'm going to read through all the verses slowly. And then I will give space in between each one. I love the Lord because He hears my voice and my prayer for mercy. Because He bends down to listen, I will pray as long as I have breath. Death wrapped its ropes around me. The terrors of the grave overtook me. I saw only trouble and sorrow. Then I called on the name of the Lord. Please, Lord, save me. How kind the Lord is, how good He is, so merciful, this God of ours. The Lord protects those of childlike faith. I was facing death, and He saved me. Let my soul be at rest again, for the Lord has been good to me. He has saved me from death, my eyes from tears, my feet from stumbling, and so I walk in the Lord's presence as I live here on earth. I love the Lord because he hears my voice and my prayer for mercy. Because he bends down to listen, I will pray as long as I have breath. Death wrapped its ropes around me. The terrors of the grave overtook me. I saw only trouble and sorrow. Then I called on the name of the Lord. Please, Lord, save me. How kind the Lord is, how good he is, so merciful, this God of ours. The Lord protects those of childlike faith. I was facing death, and he saved me. Let my soul be at rest again, for the Lord has been good to me. He has saved me from death, my eyes from tears, my feet from stumbling. And so I walk in the Lord's presence as I live here on earth. I love the Lord because he hears my voice and my prayer for mercy. Because he bends down to listen, I will pray as long as I have breath. Death wrapped its ropes around me. The terrors of the grave overtook me. I saw only trouble and sorrow. Then I called on the name of the Lord. Please, Lord, save me. How kind the Lord is, how good he is. So merciful, this God of ours. The Lord protects those of childlike faith. I was facing death, and he saved me. Let my soul be at rest again, for the Lord has been good to me. He has saved me from death, my eyes from tears, my feet from stumbling, and so I walk in the Lord's presence as I live here on earth. As you sit, come back to your breath. The oxygen entering your lungs. Breathing carbon dioxide back out of your body. Your chest rising and falling. And as you become ready, come back to where you are with others or on your own, and prepare yourself for a time of sharing. Thank you for joining today. There will be a new guided meditation available each week, so don't forget to subscribe to iTunes or sign up for our newsletter to get podcasts delivered to your inbox at www.shekinacommunity.com/podcast newsletter. Also, you can rate or review on iTunes or sign up as a patron at patreon.com/Shekina Meditation Podcast. Have a beautiful week. Many blessings to you.